a Texas Republican has finally stood up to take on one of the most pressing issues in his state. Is it child poverty? No. The broken power grid? Also no. Well, what is it? Litter boxes in classrooms. Wait, what? Are you, seriously? That's right. Representative Stan Gerdes has introduced the FURRIES Act, which would punish students who act like non-human animals in schools and penalize schools that allow this behavior. No more, they say to the furries. Heel, sit, stay. Don't you dare think about using that litter box in class. No, seriously, this is not a real problem. It's not a real problem. Yet you have anti-LGBTQ Republicans claiming that schools have been forced to accommodate students who identify as house pets. Educators, however, have come out and numerously debunked these claims because, again, they're not real. It's not actually happening. However, thanks to anti-trans accounts like Libs of TikTok, there's a lot of parents, a lot of people that believe that there's a rash of furries using litter boxes to go to the bathroom in class. Now, personally, I remember being a child, and I remember being too embarrassed to use the bathroom in front of people. Okay? And so I couldn't imagine anybody using a litter box. I don't know where they get this stuff. It's insane. But the backlash to this imagined problem is very real and has led to external hostility against students and school staff. Gerdes FURRIES Act, which stands for Forbidding Unlawful Representation of Role-Playing in Education in Schools, expressly forbids defecating in a litter box, licking oneself for grooming, making animal noises. Oh, come on, dude. Really? They're kids. They're going to make out animal noises. Come on. Wearing collars, leashes, or animal accessories. By the way, like, I mean, there goes the goth population, too, with the collars. Yikes. Or any surgical or superficial means of displaying tails, fur, ears, or other physical animal features. It would also forbid teachers from promoting the idea that any of these behaviors are socially acceptable. Well, what about Halloween? People wear cat ears on Halloween, right? Yeah. No, to be fair, they did think of that. Oh, we have an exception. The legislation makes exceptions for allowing animal behavior on Halloween, special theme days, or through school mascots. Wow, how magnanimous of them. Look, this is bizarre, and it's solving a problem that isn't a real problem. Because it's not. Anybody witnessing the acceptance of non-human animal behavior by students would be allowed to file a complaint with the state attorney general, Ken Paxton. Okay? The attorney general could then leverage a $10,000 fine against schools for a first violation or a $25,000 fine for subsequent violations. In a press release about the legislation, Gerdes' office claimed that a furry-related incident occurred within the Smithville Independent School District, a small district outside of Austin that serves only 1,885 students, representing 0.03% of the state's 5.1 million public school students. He did not elaborate on that incident, nor have any known news reports covered the alleged incident. He said, "We cannot allow these types of role-playing distractions to affect our students who are trying to learn, or our teachers and administrators who are trying to teach. We just have to keep this nonsense out of our schools. Period." Okay. Role-playing distractions, right? This just makes me think that, I don't know, this might be on this educator's mind a bit too much. Okay? I'm not saying that he's a furry. I'm just saying that maybe he's fur curious. And doesn't want anybody to know about it. But look, again, this is not happening. This is not in the schools. This was a lie spread by right-wing weirdos. For example, Nebraska State Senator Bruce Bustelman claimed during a televised debate that student furries were allowed to interact with teachers by meowing and barking. He also said that one student who was denied a litter box later defecated on the classroom floor. Bostelman then later admitted that he made it up. Because of course he did. Of course he did. Rychik of Libs of TikToks also claimed that a second grade school teacher encouraged students to become furries. That's not true. The Austin School District disavowed the claim as misinformation. Pastor Aaron Thompson and televangelist Andrew Womack both said that schools are allowing students to identify as animals and demand litter boxes be in the classrooms. Not true. Michigan Republican Party co-chair Michon Maddock also repeated this lie, as did Heidi Ganahl, the Republican candidate for governor of Colorado. She claimed that student furries are identifying as cats in over 30 different schools in the state. Many of those schools released statements contradicting her claim. She ended up losing her race. Yes, of course. Representative Lauren Boebert also claimed that a father in Michigan told her that his son got in trouble when he stepped on the tail of a student who identified as a furry. None of these stories, of course, were true in the slightest. In fact, Reuters published a fact check in July saying that there was absolutely no evidence of furries disrupting classrooms or schools, nor have the schools developed any policy of including them as a formal identity. What this is anti-trans. They're using the furries to attack trans people. Now, here's the thing. Furries generally are allies of trans people. Okay? Now, remember, the current director of national intelligence, though, Tulsi Gabbard, claimed that the schools were recognizing furries as a gender identity, which, again, that's just not true. Okay? Those stories, though, are meant to bias people against transition, trans individuals, and against trans-inclusive school policies. But there's another reason that they're spreading these lies as well. Texas Republicans under Governor Greg Abbott have increasingly pushed for public taxpayer funding to be redirected towards private for-profit schools, charter schools. In order to do that, they have admitted that they need to discredit the public school system and to turn people against it. These so-called school choice advocates have admitted that they seek to discredit public schools and generate high-profile lawsuits against them in order to generate support for taxpayer-funded private schools, where they are, of course, not going to be accountable to taxpayers, where they are allowed to teach fundamentalist religion as part of their curriculum, discriminate against gay and trans people, sidestep public sector unions, teachers' unions, while starving public education of much-needed funding. And, of course, the ultimate goal is to make people dumber so that they will continue to vote for Republicans. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.